Hello, me again, obviously, because this is my channel. I can't have a video without being weird, can I? So obviously, as you've seen from the title of this video, I'm reviewing my latest read, which is Eleanor Oliphant Is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I just don't even think words can describe this book personally. I think it's such a beautiful book. It is such an incredible read. It's so well written, and yeah, I would be on the verge of saying it's faultless. I know some won't agree, but this is my review, so here we go. So I got my blog post review that I've got here in case I miss anything, because as some of you all know, some of you booktubers, when we're sitting in front of a camera, our minds can just wander and we can forget to add in very important points. Overall, I gave this book just below 10 stars, and that is because it made me cry. It left me feeling, and a quote that I've used in my blog post is, I feel lost but fulfilled at the same time after finishing this book. And I truly mean that, because this book has made an impact on my life, and I have not heard a bad thing about it from other people who have read it. It is just truly a beautiful book, and Gail Honeyman has done such a good job. And from what I remember reading, I think this might be her first book, and I just think it's incredible that someone can get so far into their life and then decide that they're going to write a book. And my goodness, I don't think Gail Honeyman realised how much impact her book would have on the world, because everyone I've spoken to about this book has said how incredible it is. And yeah, it is a life-changing book. Just like how people rely on music to help them, and they say, you know, this band or this song got me out of a dark time. Well, if you have seen my book review on my blog, which I will also link below, you will know that on Valentine's Day this year, my auntie passed away. She's also my godmother, and yeah, it was my mum's birthday as well. So she passed away on Valentine's Day, and it was just horrific. She had dementia. She's been suffering for a very long time, but it was still quite a shock, and it's just something that we found really hard to deal with. Heartbroken to say the least. And what did I do? I just grabbed this book and I just started reading it again. You know, I just carried on reading it, and within a few days I'd finished. And it was like a companion that I didn't feel like I had. And I'm the kind of person who internalises a lot of my feelings, and when I'm really struggling with something such as grief and bereavement, I will often dive into work, dive into a book, or dive into singing, because some of you may or may not know, I am also a vocalist and I used to be in a band. So yes. But honestly, this past year I have really drowned my sorrows in reading, and this has been such an incredible book to do that with. It is just, it has saved me from my darkest times within my mind, and I do not say that lightly, because I'm very big on mental health and mental illness, and honestly, relating to the main character of this book has been a very positive experience. Although it is a very emotional book, and you really do go through a roller coaster of emotions, it is a fantastic book with a fantastic ending, and it's a very real book. It's the kind of situation that probably happens every day, and there are so many Eleanor Oliphants in the world, and I don't mean that by the name, I mean that by the type of person that she is and the hardships that she has been through. And you just follow her story throughout the book, and yes, it begins very well. It just pulls you in, and then it starts to give you hints about Eleanor's past, and it just makes you want to keep reading it, which again is another reason why I think it's so well written, because throughout it there are hints as to her physical disfigurement and the reason why she is the way she is, with her social awkwardness and her etiquette and things like that, and basically her differences, what makes her different to the rest of the people in the world, what makes her different to other children when she was younger, what makes her different to other colleagues, to friends, etc. And she does take you on a very unique journey of her life, and some would say that she's extremely simple. And a quote that I've actually put in my blog post of this review is, she is wonderfully simple yet complex, and I think that that basically sums up Eleanor. I learned a lot of things throughout this book, and I could see myself in Eleanor, and honestly, when I was on the last few pages, I said to my partner, I said to him, Lewis, I do not want this book to end. I am scared. I'm worried. And he said, why? I said, because I want Eleanor in my life. I want her to be my friend. I want to keep reading this book for the rest of my life because I just want Eleanor. And I know that's so strange, but it's like the Harry Potter movies. Like, I never wanted to watch the last two because I knew it was over, and as much as I wanted to know the ending, I just kept wanting to read it. And if this was a set of multiple books, I would read it purely for the fact that I just want Eleanor in my life. I want her quirks, and I just want her simple yet complex way to fill my life with this wonder and joy. And just, if you've read it, you'll know what I mean, because it's actually a very emotional, very sad book about a woman who has had quite a horrific past, yet she has unknowingly overcome so much. And yeah, I smiled at the simplest of things within this book, because these simple things made Eleanor smile. And when she described that she smiled, or she really did belly laugh, it made me feel very hopeful and very positive, because I know that she finds it hard to smile. I know she's found it hard to laugh. I know she's found it hard to be friends with people and be on the same wavelength. And when she actually finds that, I just feel this fulfillment inside of me. And like I said at the end, I felt lost but also so fulfilled by the end of this book. The ending is so unbelievably simple. After such a massive build-up throughout the entire book from start to finish, there's this huge build-up of what is wrong with Eleanor, what has she been through in her past, why has she got the scars, what's the deal with her mum, what is she hiding, and why is she like this? And then all of a sudden, just at the end, the last few pages, she sits down with the other person in the book who she becomes friends with, and they go through what she went through in the past, and it's so unbelievably simple, yet your jaw drops at the twist that Gail Honeyman puts at the end, and you just go. And then the last page is such a simple ending, almost she just walks away and that's it, it ends. And it's so weirdly annoying and frustrating but satisfying at the same time, because I have not read a book with that kind of ending, because it is so normal, it is so real. And yeah, it's like reading an article by someone, you know, she writes it in first person as Eleanor, and it's just so amazing. One of the really awesome, I know this book review is going on for quite a long time, but I really like this book. And if you love it too, then you're going to have to deal with it with me, aren't you? So one thing that I really love about this book is you're reading it, you get to almost the end. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. So we've got that one, and then we got this one. So these are minor spoilers, so if you would rather be surprised for yourself, they're only small spoilers, and they're just a few bits I like about the book. It's literally, there is almost the start of a part of the chapters has just got a title. So this, literally, so you've read most of the book, then you get to the last sort of quarter, and then it says bad days, and then you've got, you sort of read that much, and then you've got better days. I don't know what it is. It's almost like a 500 Days of Summer kind of feel if you've watched that film, because they've got like a title sequence like summer, etc., autumn, winter, and it almost gives you that feel, it almost gives you that movie moment in your head. And I felt like it was really effective, and when you see that bad days, you almost get this pit in your stomach of like, oh my god, what's gone wrong, what's happened to Eleanor. And it gets really dark from there for a few chapters, but the overwhelming support and love that's within those chapters for Eleanor is so beautiful. I will right now, and I will also put in the title, trigger warning, because for anyone who is in a very difficult mindset, mental illness, anxiety, or anyone who has struggled with self-harm and suicide, the part of this book after the chapter of bad days, the title, it gets very dark very quickly, and it's a very upsetting section of the book. So please take care when reading it, and if you need help, seek help. And you can always talk to someone. If you want to talk to me, email me, message me on Twitter. But yes, this book is incredible, but it does get quite dark towards the last quarter of it. But as you can see, where it says better days, I can assure you it gets so beautiful after that, and you really do feel, you really do feel like things are getting better for Eleanor, and it gives you this overwhelming, uplifting feeling. And as you can see, it's so close to the end after that chapter, and that's what I love. It's not a fairy tale ending, it's not someone sweeps her off her feet and carries her off in a carriage and, you know, glass slippers and anything. It's not like that. It's so simple and realistic. It is the bath, the bubble bath filled with loads of beautiful products after a really shit day, and that is the ending of this book. It's, yeah, it's fulfilling, it's satisfying, and you just want to give Eleanor a hug. And yeah, I just want to thank Gail Honeyman for writing such an incredible, powerful, beautiful, well-written book, because my god, what an incredible way to start the year of my reading goal. Absolutely incredible. I adore it. So this has been my book review, my rather long book review, because I can see on my viewfinder that I am nearly 15 minutes in, so I am so sorry. And yes, what an incredible book, and I really do recommend you reading it if you want a simple, quick and roller coaster of a book. It is beautiful, but please do take care, because there are some very difficult parts to read in it. But yes, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.